Okay, so here we have an HP Pavillion x360 convertible PC. The model is a 13-U101NA. Needs a battery replacement. I've actually never seen one of these machines before, so this is a complete first. First of all, I've got to try and figure out how it comes apart and how to get into the battery. I have a battery handy, which the customer has supplied. I'll just break out some trusty tools. You can see there are 4 screws at the base here. I'm imagining there's some screws underneath these bits here, or at least this bit. So we will peel that off first. Grab some bits. And we shall crack on. I've already looked at it, and it looks like the keyboard pops off on this one rather than the base. But nevertheless, it's likely to be screwed on from the underside somehow. So we shall see where we are. So, first of all, going to just have a look under this rubber strip. I think it's been around for a bit. It's all a bit brittle. Yeah, there we go. There's a screw hole there. And I'm just going to ease it off, and another one. Say it's so brittle. It's going to be fun to reassemble. It's all just coming apart. I suspect, given that it's quite close to the vents, that this just gets very, very hot here. It's made the rubber go rather hard. So there we go. Now we need to get these little plugs out at the bottom here. I'll stab myself in the thumb. I've had more serious injuries from building and working on computers than any other occupation. Right, so break out screwdrivers. I think we will need that driver. Right, so we'll start with these ones. Come out. I'll just grab a trusty magnet and get those screws out. And if I possibly can, problem is sometimes you don't know if they're captive screws. Is being stuck by the old adhesive. I'll just try and pry that out the way. Okay, right. So they're out. So now we'll just get these rear ones out. Interestingly, it looks like this may have been a part in the past. As the screws look a bit worn, some of them. So that's all the screws off. So I'm assuming I can now get the keyboard out. So I'll turn it over. I'll lift the lid. Here's the keyboard. So I'm going to put in a plastic pry tool initially and see how we get on. Yeah, there we go. And then the trusty pick, which is wearing out rapidly. I need to give it another bit of a assistance here. There we go. I've not seen one of these before. So you're very much along the ride with me. It is also possible that there is still a screw, a hidden screw, holding it on. Let's have a look on the underside again. Yes, a lovely silver tab there. This bit here is actually a sticker, I believe. Yep, there it is. Just to be awkward. So that should now enable me to lift the keyboard. In fact, it has. So let's lift it gently and see what connectors we've got. And I'm going to have to grab the camera briefly and I will show you what I've got. So inside there you can see there are two cables, one's for the touchpad and one is for the keyboard. So I'm going to have to just lift those up. It looks like it's a lift up tab for the keyboard, maybe the same for the mouse, and there's the battery sitting right there. So I will put the camera back. I'll put those cables and then we'll see what we have. Yeah, it's a pop-up for the keyboard as expected, and it's also a pop-up for the mouse. And there we go, keyboard off. So I'll just put that somewhere safe. Okie doke. So just double check. Customer's battery's an aftermarket one, which is fine. The computer's out of warranty anyway, so there's no plugs or anything like that. It literally just lifts off and we plug back in. So here we go. Probably just do this by hand. don't see a separate CMOS battery on this motherboard, so it's possible that we'll have to go through a setup routine once the battery's swapped over, just to set itself up. It's always the most nerve-wracking bit when you've done anything to do with the power supply on a laptop. Okay, so that's all the screws off. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. Let's put it out. That's the old battery gone, which is actually interestingly starting to bulge slightly. The feel of things, so that's definitely seen better days. So now just pop the new battery back in. You see it's not perfect, the screw holes don't line up absolutely perfectly, but enough. Okay, there we go. Again, I'm not letting it torque itself all the way down. Just enough to hold the battery in. It's something you learn. A bit funny, so I think we'll feed that one in manually, because the tab's a bit bent on the battery, not cross-threaded or anything like that. So give those a little turn manually, not that one. So that's nicely secured. Just grab the keyboard. Of course, getting the keyboard off is the easy bit. Getting it back on again, yeah, a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to put the mouse pad in first, and then we will put the keyboard itself in second. And then leave it like that. So I'm not going to lock it all back down again in case I have to take it apart again, but that's together. I need to now plug it in and see if it works. Oh. Okay, let's see, just find the adapter for the computer. There we go. Often very possible that both the adapter and, well, the adapter, socket and battery have all gone. Or it's not the battery, it's the adapter and socket, because they are very, very thin pins on an HP. So let's see what happens. Oh, I've got a charging light on, which is a good sign. Let's see what we have. You see my ugly mug in the if that came on or not. And we'll see. May not push the button hard enough. Yeah, it looks like I didn't push it hard enough. What I'll do is I'll pause the video here and we'll see what we've got when I've got both hands free. And there we go, it is booting up. I've just seen an HP symbol, and there we go, Windows. So what we do now is literally just leave it on the, I don't know the passwords to the computer, so I don't need to know, but I can use the battery indicator down in the bottom corner. That comes up when it starts. So there we go, battery swap on an HP X360.